What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Trading Live with Bubba. What's going on? And hold on a second. God damn. Hold on one second, guys. Something's screwing me up here. Hold on. They won't let me close it. Give me a second. I got this stupid thing, a commercial that won't let me close it. Hold on one second. Okay, I gotta close this all together. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Anyways, yes, I want to exit. Okay, sorry guys. Anyways, I saw some pretty good action yesterday as we had a massive turnaround, and it looks like we're getting it again today. I'm still looking for that what we call rip your face off rally. For today so far, I had one big trade in crude here, and I'm short the 10 years myself here. And now we're just looking to see if we get some opportunities in here to trade. Right now, there is not a lot of action, but we're going to watch and see. We do have ADP jobs tomorrow and the non-farm payroll on Friday. So maybe we'll get some action, but we are getting a pretty good rally here. In fact, the indexes are now getting near their highs. What does that mean? Well, I mean, again, I think we're in a bear market. Okay. There's going to be huge rallies in this bear market. Okay. Those are rallies you're looking to sell, but you don't want to be in a hurry to jump in and sell. You want to look and wait for your time, and you want to look for levels. Okay. And again, we love to use that probability of overbought or oversold. And again, you want to use a little bit longer time frame, because as you can see, within the shorter time frames, we get overbought and oversold all the time. Okay. But as you go out to the longer time frames, they don't happen quite as fast. So really, you want to use, and again, it doesn't have to be a daily. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. We got very oversold yesterday in the S&P. Bang, we got a big rally back. Okay. We got oversold in the NASDAQ. Bang, we got a big rally back. And again, it will take nothing to get back to the upper end to be a seller. And that's what I'd be looking at. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. There we go. Okay, I apologize. Okay, let's go back to the main screen as I'm telling my stories here. So right now, I think I'm sharing the wrong screen. I think I'm sharing the wrong screen. Hold on one second here. Got it? I'm having a rough rough time here at the moment. Hold on one second. Stop screen. I can present, share screen. Okay, entire screen, and I want to share this one. I think. Where am I at here? I'm very confusing today. It's not letting me. I think that's. Let's see if that's the right one. That's the right one. Okay. All right. So now, here we are. Finally. Okay. So as we look and we can see, okay, we're getting maybe some potential in the indexes, but again, we need a spike in volume. We need this volume to overtake. Okay. You've got something in gold, but again, you need it to get. You need more emotion from the people who are trading. Right now we need the chase or the FOMO. Okay. That is what we want to see, because our objective is to take advantage of the misgivings of others that are panicking. Okay. We don't panic. And right now we don't quite have the volume that says, hey, let me get in there. And I think that's important to understand, that you want to make sure that you are waiting patiently for the opportunity. Yeah, this might work if I sold it here, but I don't have as much confidence, okay, in these, because again, I want to see volume up to here in the Dow. I want to see volume up to here in the NASDAQ. I want to see volume up to here in the S&P, and I want to see volume up to here in the Russell. Okay. Without that volume, I'm not interested in trading. Okay. And I want to see volume up to here in crude, up to here in the euro currency, up to here in the notes, and up to here in gold. Now, again, there could be some exceptions, but right now, why should I make exceptions? The markets are not cooperating enough for me to want to make those exceptions. Okay. And I hope that makes sense. So right now, again, really, there's not a lot for me to do right here. So I have to just be patient and wait. In fact, in our live trading this morning, we usually trade at 9 Eastern. We traded from 9 to 9:15. There was nothing going on. We came back right before the ISM manufacturing number at 5 minutes to 10 and caught a couple of winners. So that's what we're looking for. We need that activity and that action. And right now we don't really have much. So it's not for me to get too excited about. Let's go take a look at least some other stuff that we might have some action, some ability to do something. Apple's in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I got no reason to trade it right now. Amazon, certainly down at that oversold. I would certainly be interested in selling some put spreads in Amazon. Let's see what we got. Let me see if I can get some trades on for us. Our trades we did last week were winners. So that's a good thing. Again, all we're trying to do is make sure that we give ourselves the best chance at winning. Okay. So Amazon for Friday. All right. I would sell the 190, 187.50. It's trading at about 90 cents now. I would work it at $1. Okay. In case there's a little bit of a pullback. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in and work it. Coin. Interesting that it's up a little bit. Coin is close. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. Bitcoin's been under a lot of pressure, and that obviously affects coin directly. Coin 173. We go to 172.50, 170. I'm going to take this one right here at $1.05, the 172.50, 170. I'm going to sell that spread. Okay. And crowd, nothing, in the middle of nowhere. Meta got oversold, has already rallied back about $20, so I'm not interested in that. Google's already come off from its bottom, so I'm not going to do that. Let's go back here and make sure we're not missing anything here. It'd be nice if we get some action in here, some volume. That would be better. Okay, so we got nothing here at the moment. Let's see if anything shows up. All right, well, we got a couple of minutes, so let's go look at these. IWM. You could look at IWM. You should probably get a little bit of a rally. In fact, I'm going to look at that right now. But that IWM I will do for today. Okay. IWM I will do for today. Let's see, what is the 190 today? April 1st, April Fool's Day. Now, there's really not enough credit here. Okay. I mean, again, if you did the 199, 198, 23 cents, I'm really not all that interested in it. Okay. I do think it's a good trade, but again, it's not enough credit for me. Normally I don't take trades unless I'm getting 40 cents, 40%. Okay. So we'll skip that. Microsoft bounced a little bit too far already, so I'm not interested in chasing that up. MSTR, nothing to do anyways. Nugget, and certainly not much to do. It did work last week, and then it rallied yesterday. Nvidia, it's worth taking a look at. Let's see what it looks like here. Nvidia, and if you look at the 108, 107. That works. I'm going to take that for 41 cents. 108, 107. Okay. SMCI, China churning. This would also be one to look at in here. I don't know that we get enough credit for it, but we'll take a look at it. And let's just go back here so I don't miss any potential trades that might show up on the short term. Again, notice no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume. So once again, what am I going to look at? Why should I trade at a disadvantage? That's what I always want to look at. Okay. SMCI. Okay. Let's see here. 35, 34. It's about 40 cents. I would take that one as well. In fact, I'm going to. Okay. And let's go back and see if we're missing anything here. Not really. Again, what we really all we really have to do is look at our volume. Okay. If the volume isn't reaching where I drew the lines at, then I got no trades anyways. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So again, you don't have to necessarily stare at the chart, because I think if you stare at the chart, it shouldn't necessarily trigger a trade unless you're trading, these conditions. But that's not what I'm teaching here. There's nothing wrong with looking at those. But again, I'd rather wait until I see that volume spike before I'd want to get overly involved. And I think that's something that's important that you should always recognize and understand. Okay, that we have to be, patient enough to wait for our opportunities. And again, I don't see anything right now, and we're coming up to the end of this bar, so we'll switch back and look at the longer term. Now, certainly, if I wanted to make an exception, I could make an exception in the Russell, but I'm not necessarily really interested. I don't have that many trades right now. So am I really interested in changing what our strategy is? If I'm real busy, I'm looking a lot closer at this, okay? Because I know that I got a number of trades. But to make that my only trade, I'm not so thrilled to look at it, okay? If we did look at it, obviously there'd be no trade yet, and the stop would be somewhere up around 203.83. But I'm not going to take it right here. I'll let it trade for a little bit and see what happens. XYZ, which is block. It could sell some put spreads here, but I don't want to get too huge of a position. The SPY's already jumped, as we know. Tesla is running higher. It's getting close to being a potential sale, but nothing to do. Win, not much. So really, there's not a lot. We put on or working 3 or 4 trades there, and let's see what happens here, and we'll continue to watch and see if we get something here. To day trade. But again, we're not going to force any trades. That's not what we do. It's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in making money. I don't know about you, but I'm interested in making money. I don't need to trade. If the opportunities are not there for me, I don't need to fire in, okay, and be active when the markets are not giving me activity, okay? And I think that's a very important thing to understand. If the markets aren't giving you the activity, why should you get yourself involved? Okay. That's always something I think that is important as a trader to understand, that if you don't have the edge, okay, why trade? Okay. Now, if we could get a follow through with another big up bar on the Russell, I'd be happy to look at it. But again, you can see the euro currencies are just in dead nuts consolidation. Crude is in dead nuts consolidation. And these are going up, but they're not going up with any force or any speed. So when I look at it, I go, okay, do I really want to, do I feel lucky? Okay, and I don't want to be lucky. I want to be good. I want to trade what is there for me. Okay. So I still have the Amazon working, the coin working, and SMCI filled, and NVIDIA filled. Okay, so there's 4 trades we're working, and we'll see what we can get a day trade before it's all over. We've had very few of those recently, which sucks. But what can I tell you? I cannot force the market to do what I want it to do. I have to be patient enough to wait for what I want. Okay. And again, we're seeing a little bit of a spike, but again, there's no energy behind it. So if there's no energy behind it, there's no edge. So I think you have to, again, learn the patience it takes to trade in this market. Okay. The patience it takes to make money in this market. I mean, there's other types of trades, and maybe if this continues to be crappy when we're day trading, maybe we'll switch and teach some other types of trades. Okay. There's ratio trades, which I have on. It's using the same concept, but they're not as important as to need the qualification. Okay. Like this morning, for example, the NASDAQ was a good buy on the future, and you would have bought puts in the Qs. Okay. That's a good ratio trade. I'm not going to teach it now, but it'll be something that we will go looking forward, because we might as well find and learn other ways to trade and use our tools, okay, that we can. Okay. But overall, as I'm watching this, again, there's really nothing to watch. Okay. It's a very, very, very quiet, crappy market at the moment. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I cannot change what the market is doing. I have to participate in the conditions that I'm given. So let's just see if anything does show up. Again, you stare at these screens long enough, you can make a mistake because you get bored, and you don't want to do that. Okay. That is not something that you want to do. Okay, but we should, I expect a rip your face off rally, we call it. Okay. It may be today. I don't know. I don't know when it's going to come, but it'd be a good day for it after being way down again and coming back again. I mean, the NASDAQ has had a 300-point range, a 300-point range, 330 points. The S&P has had an 82-point range today. I could certainly see this exploding to the upside. Okay. That certainly is a possibility. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's going to happen at some point. That will be the final culmination of this rally. Okay. And, that's something that we will, look at and look for. Okay. Let me just set up an order for myself. Got some stuff I want to get rid of. Okay, so we're not getting anything, right? I mean, again, I can't force it. I can't make you force it. That would be irresponsible of me. And certainly I don't want to do that. I want to just let the markets trade. And when they give me the opportunities, I have to be willing to step in. And right now I don't see much to step in on. Again, if we would have taken this one, we'd already be in danger of being stopped up. Okay. So again, there hasn't been enough of an edge for me or for you to want to take advantage of it. And I think this is something important that you have to learn as you go along. Again, I'm sorry, but we do have 4 trades. So we have two in and 2 open. If you took them, and again, if you're not taking, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's just, we've made money just about every week, making small trades, grinding away. And that's really what the business is about. Okay. We grind it until we get the business. And when you get an active market, then you get really good at it. Okay. But in the meantime, you keep making little bits, and taking little bits of risk because they don't all win. Okay. But that's really what you're trying to do. And listen, we'll be back on Thursday for another round of this. Have a great day, and we'll see you Thursday, everybody.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.